all products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Diane meets with Carly in her kitchen. Carly thanks her for coming as she needs Diane to help keep her out of prison. They sit down, and Carly explains how she went to a meeting of the 5 families when they thought Sonny was dead, and she said she was taking over the business. Diane asks why she'd do that. Carly explains it was to keep Cyrus from taking over and running drugs through Port Charles, and her family was in danger. She reveals someone was wearing a wire, and the FBI has a recording of her committing RICO violations. Diane asks how she came about this information. Carly would rather not reveal her source, but says they broke into the FBI database and found the evidence. Diane comments, "Great, another felony." She asks Carly why she and her friend broke into the FBI's database. Carly explains that she wasn't involved in the hacking and that someone brought the recording to her. She explains Jason was blackmailed with this evidence into becoming their informant. She also has it on good authority that the FBI won't honor their deal with him and will charge her anyway. Diane can't disagree, so Carly wants to call their bluff and fight this in court. She asks what her chances of being acquitted are. Diane asks if Carly conducted any mob business, wired money, or transported illegal or stolen goods. Carly says Jason wouldn't let her do any of that. Diane asks who was at the meeting. Carly says Cyrus, Selena, Novak, and Bushima. The latter 2 are both dead. She doubts Cyrus or Selena would cooperate and testify. Diane notes the FBI's case rests only on this recording. And in this age of deep fakes, the FBI would have to produce the original audio file to show it wasn't tampered with. Carly says the file can be listened to but not modified, so where does that leave them? Diane admits that given her history with Sonny, there could be a strong case against her. Diane says they could argue she did what she did to protect her children, and that takes guts, so she'd have to testify to that on the stand. However, even with all her tricks, Carly probably has a 30% chance of being acquitted, and she doesn't like those odds. Diane tells Carly to let Jason keep doing his thing, and if he has a plan and she rushes to save him, think about how that historically has worked out for her. Carly still wants to be prepared if she needs a defense. Diane says she'll work on the defense and wants Carly to sit tight. Dex stops by Joss' new place. She asks what he's doing here. He says he wanted to see the new place. She wonders how he knew about it, and he reminds her that she told her about this apartment and that the front gate was already open as someone else is visiting the main house. He brought food from Bobby's and has enough for Trina. Joss says Trina is taking care of her sick Aunt Stella. She invites him in to help her move some things around. Joss asks Dex what he's learning at the academy. Dex says he's learning that each situation is a judgment call, and sometimes you have to take a step back before you do something you can't take back. Joss says she's learning that lesson lately, and there are a few things she wishes she could take back. He admits to the same. Dex tells Joss this is a great place, and he admits he used to think about her someday moving in with him. She confesses she thought about it too. Dex liked having dinner the other night and asks what it would take for them to get back to where they were before he was willing to kill for Sonny. Joss says he didn't cross that line when other people in her life have, and she told him the other night he didn't have to prove himself to her. She sees now he belongs at the PCPD, and she's happy for him. Dex says if his becoming a cop pleases her, he'd be good with that too. Dex has an early morning, but Joss has nothing to do tomorrow. She suggests maybe she'll see him and the other cadets running in the park.